Hello and welcome here today for the PremierLiga for Matchday 4 action of all the games here today, here for Matchday 4. But these are the two games we are featuring here today. Starting first at the Santo Park Stadium in a sunny day in Taloga, as Inter Taloga will be playing against Red Bull Tomato. And the second game will be broadcast here as Wayne-Wood will play at home, and they're taking against a team who are doing incredibly well so far in the PremierLiga, who are top of the league as it stands at the moment, Chester Go Blue Tigers. And all that will be live here today, here for Matchday 4 of the PremierLiga. And now let's get straight into the first matchup here today, as it's going to be RB Tomato away from home, and they are taking a team who are at home, Inter Taloga. And let's get to the matchup right now between the two teams. Hello and welcome here today in a sunny day here today in the Santo Park Stadium in the city of Taloga, the great city of Taloga. As we know, Inter Taloga are playing here today at home against RB Tomato, Red Bull Tomato in fact. And it's a very big match in the cards for the both two teams here today, as Inter Taloga of course did lose in their last matchup last week against Addis Gunners, 1-0 away from home. So Erik ten Hag, of course, wants to get a response after that poor performance last week, after that defeat. But however, for the Red Bull Tomato, in fact, for their team, however, they've done quite well so far throughout the last three games of the kicking off the PremierLiga season, because they haven't lost a game yet this season so far, as they did draw against Georgetown City. They also, of course, got a result out of Los Andreas Pompey by 2-1 on Matchday 2, and also in Matchday 3, they got themselves a point last week against Wayne-Wood away from home. And hopefully this week, they might get something out of Inter Taloga. We'll have to wait and see about that. And let's get to the action between Inter Taloga and RB Tomato. Now here's Anthony. Now Griezmann. Now Griezmann, the counter-attack here. Griezmann, cross it in. Oh, that could have been a goal there from Kylian Mbappe right there. And that could have been 1-0 to Inter Taloga. There was a beautiful pass there from Anthony right there to Griezmann, and crossed it in there to Mbappe, and he headed it, but it went wide for a goal kick. Now David Seaman will take the goal kick here for Tomato here today. He made some good saves he's made throughout the last three matches. They haven't lost a game yet under him, and they've done quite well to be unbeaten so far here for going into Matchday 4 of the PremierLiga here today. Now Anthony, now to Griezmann, pass it to Kylian Mbappe, and a goal for Inter Taloga, and there's a goal for them here today's matchup, and that's a very good goal from them. A good start to the match here today. They've been all over Red Bull Tomato in the first 8 minutes of the game, and finally they got themselves a breakthrough. Yes, just a response from last week's performance when they lost against Addis last week, and this week they'll be very, very proud, of course, to get a goal in front in this matchup, or get something in this match, and they've done incredibly well because of it. And Mbappe right there smacked it into that top right corner and scored, and Mbappe makes it 1-0. Now here's Beckham, Griezmann. Now Anthony's through, maybe Anthony's through, counter-attack for Anthony, and a save there from David Seaman right there. He kept that one out, and that's going to be now a corner kick right there. And then David Beckham made a good ball there to Griezmann. Griezmann gave a good ball there to Anthony and striked it, and Seaman made a great save out of that. And good one there for him. Now is Beckham. Now Becks with a corner here. Chance maybe. Go away there. Now lost the ball here for Tomato. And now Inter Taloga's through for Griezmann. A goal! And it's an equaliser right there. And it's 2-0. And Inter Taloga has made it 2-0 in this matchup. And the Frenchman, another Frenchman, who's made it 2-0 to Taloga, and that's incredibly well done for them. And they performed right well on the pitch here today for the second goal. Mbappe in the first goal was absolutely all over them, and in the second goal Griezmann makes it 2, and it's a great goal for him. And it is Inter Taloga 2, Red Bull Tomato 0, and a good goal for him, and it's Taloga 2, RB Tomato 0. And right there was a beautiful pass there, set in stone. And obviously Tomato couldn't do nothing about that, unfortunately so. And they made a mistake at the back. And now it's 2-0 to Taloga. And Mbappe gave the ball there to Griezmann. It's now 2-0. Now Tomato in the counter-attack here. Now Van Persie now Dumfries. Dumfries for Taloga. Now lost the ball there to Dwight Young here. Dwight Young to Robin Van Persie. Oh, Van Persie, right, they could have scored. But it's gone wide for a goal kick there. Very good chance there for Tometo to get back in the game. And Dwight Young passed the ball there to Robin Van Persie and strikes it. But it's gone wide, and it's going to be a goal kick here for Inter Taloga in this match. Now here's Tometo here. Now Robin Van Persie. Now Ferdinand wins the ball back. Now Frankie de Jong. Lisandro Martinez. Mbappe. Mbappe now to Lisandro Martinez. Now there's a chance there on oh my god. Now Vertonghen made a mistake at the back. And Seaman lost the ball. And a goal's been scored right there. And there's an equaliser for Kylian Mbappe. And now it's 3-0 to Inter Taloga. Yeah, mistakes being made at the back. That was an absolute error right there. Because obviously Jan Vertonghen passed the ball to David Seaman. But he was caught by Mbappe. And he puts it into the back of the net. And Inter Taloga now 3-0 up to the good. And passed it there to Seaman. And Seaman lost control. And he tried to boot it away. But he couldn't control it himself. And then Mbappe won the ball and scored it. And it's now 3-0 to Inter Taloga. And the substitutions have been made for the Inter Taloga, however, as we know that Antony's going to be coming off for Inter Taloga. And Ivan Perisic will replace Antony as a substitution in this game here at Santo Park Stadium. And he comes off, Antony, and Perisic will be the replacement in this match. He comes off 3-0. And now here's a ball, one ball there, strike there. Now Mbappe, now the ball, now to David Beckham. Now Becks, now to Mbappe. And that's going to be now offside right there. So now it's a free kick for Tometo now after the offside decision has been made by the flagsman in this match. And another substitution has been made also for Inter Taloga as Lisandro Martinez will be coming off. Had a very good game he played today, a good part of the game he played. And he comes off and Kovic will be coming on to replace Lisandro Martinez here for Inter Taloga in this matchup. And now, here's Robin Van Persie. Now here's Alexander Isak. Now Iron Robin! He's through with a save there from Donnarumma. A perfect save for him right there. And yeah, corner kick is going to be there for Tometo right there. Good save, I've got to say, for the goalkeeper. And he's kept that one out. And it's going to be a corner here for Tometo. Now Robin Van Persie now. Corner crosses it in here, header away. And now is Draxler now won the ball back here for Tometo. Could be a chance here for a goal here. And now is Draxler. And now is a chance for Sickenham here. Header away there, now Dwight Young. Miss that. That's going to be now offside. And now it's a free kick here for Inter Taloga in this match. And the full-time whistle is officially blown here today at the Santo Park Stadium. Inter Taloga with 3 points and 3 goals as it ends here today. Inter Taloga 3, Red Bull Tometo 0. Here we show a lot of character and high press intensity in the game and not allowing Red Bull Tometo to have any chances to score today. And yeah, shows we are going in the right direction as a club and as a team since I took over. We weren't very critical enough today. We won't have any chances at all whatsoever in goal today, as obviously we had maybe 1 or 2 chances, but Inter Taloga were very sharp and they really caught us a lot in the matchup, and they were the better team. They were very strong. They were very, very super tough, they were, as a team, and I'm really hoping that hopefully we could actually progress on hopefully getting results in the next game, and that's what we want to try and do. And today wasn't our day. We know it's our first loss in the PremierLiga season since we've got the new owners take over the club. But it's a process, and I hope that this team can get a result in the next game and hopefully build on from that. And that was a huge win, of course, there for Inter Taloga and also for Erik ten Hag's speech, showing a lot of determination and a lot of character. And they did that throughout the whole matchup today. For Charlie Taylor's team as well, they weren't very, very good enough. They weren't strong enough today. And they paid the price, unfortunately, after losing their first loss and first defeat of their league campaign. And now let's get into the next matchup here today at the Wearfield Stadium, as it's going to be Wearnord taking on Chesico Blue Tigers. And let's get to the action right now between the two teams. And we are live here today for the matchup here today in Wearnord. It's very cloudy and horrible here today at the Wearfield Stadium, as it'll be Waynord taking on against Chester Blue Tigers. And Waynord, of course, did quite okay in some of the games. They only drawn against Tomato in their last matchup by 2-2 last week. And also the Matchday 2 in the PremierLiga, they got themselves a huge draw out of Addis, and also a big win over Los Andreas Soccer Club. And since the Los Andreas Soccer Club game in the first game of the season, they have not won a match yet so far this season so far. And now we're going to match day 4 of the PremierLiga, and they're against a team who are in good form, in good shape. Chester Blue Tigers, a team who haven't lost a game yet this season, and they're carrying on with their 100% record, hopefully, if they can win today away from home against Carlo Ancelotti's Waynord. But it'll be a tough game though for Chester, however, but anything can happen, and let's see if they can get a result here today in the bag here at Warefield Stadium here. And now it's Robert Lewandowski on the counter-attack here. Pass it there to... Oh, lost the ball there now. Chester won the ball back here. Now it's going to be a throw-in here for Waynord in this match. And now here's Golstinho. Mkhitaryan. Now Patrick Vieira now. Vieira now to Aguero. And that's going to be offside. That's going to be... And that's going to be now a free kick here for Chester Blue Tigers here in this match. Now here's Robert Lewandowski. Aguero. Oh, it's a shot but went wide. That was a very nice one right there from him. But good ball there for Lewandowski. Passed it very beautifully there to Sergio Aguero. And then it went wide for a goal kick. Nice shot there for Aguero though. Now big boot there for Bert Leno. Now big boot now for Patrick Vieira. And that's going to be now a free kick. Free kick's going to be given here for Waynord in this match. Now Luther Matthias. Now crosses it in. Salah. Naby Keita. Now Matt Nelson. That's going to be a free kick. There you go. Free kick's been given right there for Chester Blue Tigers. Vieira took out Matt Nelson. Now Matthias. Good cross. That's going to be headed away. This will be a free kick here for Waynord. And that's going to be half time at the break. And the score is Waynord 0, Chester Blue Tigers 0. Going into half time as it ends goalless at the break. And now Pau Torres. Hector Bellerin. Sadio Mane. Now Christian Eriksen. Cross it into it right there. Oh, nice one, but got away right there. Now is a ball here from Davuj, and that's going to be now throw-in. And Mkhitaryan now comes off, and Bernardo Silva comes on. Now Matt Nelson. Now Naby Keita. Oh, it's a header right there from Mane, and it went wide for a goal kick. And now is Mo Salah. Now Luka Modric. Now Aguero. And that's going to be a free kick here. Pau Torres right there took him out. And Sergio Aguero, of course, took out by Pau Torres. Now Luka Modric. Golstinho. Now Mo Salah. Now is Mane. Now Virgil van Dijk wins the ball back. Now Vidic. Now Iniesta. Now Matthias. And now, Salah's through here. 1v1 to the goalkeeper. Salah, a goal for Chester Blue Tigers. And they're in the lead. And they want to keep that 100% record alive, of course, here today. And they've done it very beautifully. Very nice and beautifully. And scored in a 1v1 finish. And Mo Salah did incredibly well right there. And made it very, very beautifully done right there for him. He really done well, passed the ball very smoothly. 1v1. And then tapped it into the bottom right corner of the goal. And that is 1-0 to Chester Blue Tigers. Yeah, very good goal for Chester right there. And Mateus, of course, passed the ball there to Mo Salah. And Salah right there on the forward counter-attack here. And all he had to do is tap it in the bottom corner of the goal. And it's 1-0. And now here's Mateus. Now Hector Bellerin. And now header. Oh, that's going to be now a goal kick. Is going to be. And now it's Mateus. Crossed it in right there and Bellerin, but it's gone wide for a goal kick. Now is Bernardo Silva. Golstinho. And now Robert Lewandowski. Oh, save there from Leno. A good save from him. That's going to be now a corner kick. And a shot. That's going to be a corner kick here for Waynord. Now, Ronaldo. Now Iniesta. And now Sadio Mane. And there you go. And that's the end of the game. Full time at the Warefield Stadium. As the game ends here to that Warefield Stadium is Waynord 0. Chester Blue Tigers 1. All thanks to a goal from Mo Salah. I'm very disappointed that we failed to get something in front of our supporters today. But Chester were a very strong team. We had chances some points in the game to get in front. But today wasn't our day, and we know that we got to take responsibility for our actions, and we can move on to our next match, of course, and hopefully by next week, if we can get the result against Hashtag United, if we can do that, that's big for us, and I'm hoping that will be the case. I'm very proud of the performance that we had today, to come here away from home to Waynord, to a stadium and with fans who are very, very passionate and very loud in the stadium here today. And we came through very, very well today, and we handled the pressure being away from home. And of course, our winning record carries on, and we haven't lost a game yet this season, and we've kept a 100% record alive. And we're doing that by being consistent and being very calm how the way we play. And we found ways that we got goals from the last 4 matches, and I'm very pleased and delighted that we are top of the league. And hopefully now we can carry on this momentum and go into the next matchup, because next game we have got a tough task like today against Addis Gunners away from home. And if we can do that today against Waynord today, why not do against Addis Gunners next week? So this is very, very big for us, hopefully, for that game. It's all over, and Chester Blue Tigers wins from home by 1-0 as Mo Salah scored in the 21st minute of the game and kept the 100% record alive at the top of the table with 12 points. And it was a huge win it was for Chester Blue Tigers, a big win for them, and they really, really, really performed quite well on the pitch, of course. And Chester Blue Tigers have actually dominated Waynord, and Waynord unfortunately came up short and they struggled in the matchup, and they did, of course, unfortunately lost by 1-0. And now let's get into the game highlights for all the other games here today in the PremierLiga. There was a good chance for the Georgetown Red Devils to score in the 3rd minute of the matchup, but Sanchez unfortunately lost control of the ball and went wide for a goal kick. And Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time, scored against Los Andreas Pompey to make it 1-0 in the matchup. And that was a very good goal for CR7 in the game. And that was a very good goal for him. And the GOAT puts that onto the score sheet. And it was actually there, Alexis Sanchez passed the ball there to Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo obviously on the counter-attack to Wayne Rooney and strikes it in the bottom right corner to make it 2-0 to the Georgington Red Devils. And now there's a chance here for Leon Dyer. Cross. And headed defended away there from Koulibaly. And that's going to be a corner. And now Xhaka. Crosses it in. Dyer. Oh, head away right there. It's going to be a goal kick. It's going to be. A good cross right there from Xhaka there to Leon Dyer. And that's going to be a goal kick here for the Red Devils in the match. And now, Alan Scholes. Scholes. Oh, Hunter right there. The header, but saved there from Chris Bailey. That was a nice, beautiful cross there from Brenton Diaz. And crossed it in. And then Hunter headed the ball. And it was a save there from Chris Bailey. And now, it's going to be a goal kick. And then the Red Devils, of course, made it 3-0 in the matchup. As it was Wayne Rooney gave the ball there to Usain Bolt, then had a pass there to Sanchez and scored to make it 3-0 before half-time. And it was a great goal there from Alexis Sanchez right there to put it in to make it 3-0. And Los Andras Pompey really dominated the matchup they had, and they got themselves the third goal of the game before half-time. Cristiano Ronaldo passes the ball to Wayne Rooney and then strikes it, and it went wide for a goal kick for Los Andras Pompey in the game. And then Pjanic gave the ball there to Wayne Rooney, and then Wayne Rooney passed the ball to Ronaldo. Then Ronaldo gave the ball back to Wayne Rooney and then passed the ball to Usain Bolt and strikes it to make it 4-0 to the Georgington Red Devils. And the Red Devils, of course, made it a fourth goal in the game against here today, Los Andras Pompey here at Old Factory Road. And that was a beautiful strike for him. And Yaman, he made the Red Devils score the fourth goal of the match to make it 4-0. The game ended here today at Old Factory Road Stadium as the game ends as the Georgington Red Devils 4, Los Andras Pompey 0, as it ends 4-0 at the end of the match here today at Old Factory Road. Georgington City did score in the game to make it 1-0 in the 10th minute of the matchup, all thanks from a goal from Thomas Hersey to make it 1-0 to Georgington City. And then the Georgington City made it 2-0 in the matchup as Thomas Hersey strikes it and it went wide for a goal kick. And then Georgington City made it 2-0 in the matchup. It was a cross from Messi to Ziyech, had a shot but rebounded back from the goalkeeper, and then a goal from Neymar to make it 2-0 to Georgington City. And then Georgetown City made it 3-0 as Ziyech passed the ball to Thomas Hersey and strikes it in the bottom left corner of the goal to make it 3-0 as Thomas Hersey makes it 3-0 to Georgetown City. And the game ends here today at the Airlines Arena as it was Georgetown City 3, Sporting St Lake 0 here at the Airlines Arena, the game. Padres Impact made it 1-0 in the matchup as Thomas Lemar was 1v1 to the goalkeeper to Marta Dubravka to make it 1-0 in the game. Beautifully set and done as Thomas Lemar makes it 1-0 here against Iceberg Forest. And then Padres Impact had the ball in, lost the ball there from Hadji there from Iceberg Forest. And then Valencia strikes it for Iceberg Forest to try and get in level terms, but went wide for a goal kick. And Padres Impact made it 2-0 in the matchup as Eric Cantona gave the ball there to Alexandre Lacazette and strikes it to make it almost 2-0, but it hit the post and went away, and it went for a goal kick for Iceberg Forest. And Nicola Pepe went all the way on the counter-attack and gave the ball to Cantona, and then Lacazette had a strike into the top right corner, and Padres Impact made it 2-0 in the matchup against Iceberg Forest. And it was a beautiful strike from Lacazette as Padres Impact lead the game by 2-0. And it was actually Iceberg Forest went on the attack, and it was a foul from Toby Alderweireld as Haddy was fouled by Toby Alderweireld, and Cantona had a free kick actually, in fact, from outside of the box. And then Santi Cazorla took the free kick here for Iceberg Forest, but it actually hit the wall and went out for a corner kick. And the full-time whistle was officially blown here today at the Soccer Stadium as it was Padres Impact, of course, won the game by 2-0 here against Iceberg Forest as it ends 2-0 at the La Soccer Stadium. There was a corner kick here for Adam Pickman for Hassenfield Terriers, but he passed it short to George Jones. And George Jones tried to cross it into the box but couldn't, but it was a foul instead as Jeff Bolden shoulder tackled him and gave away a free kick here for Hassenfield Terriers. And it was actually a chance for Hassenfield Terriers to strike it, and Abubakar had a shot but saved by Mark Green. And Mark Green made a perfect save out of that one as Abubakar strikes that one, but it was saved for a corner. And then Hassenfield got themselves another corner in the game, and it was actually passing short once more from George Jones. There was another foul committed again in that same spot from the first, as Simon Mule got himself a warning by the referee for a free kick given for Hassenfield Terriers. And Hassenfield Terriers had a free kick from outside of the box as George Jones crossed it into the box, and then Adam Pickman headed the ball, hit the crossbar, but then however it was a header hit down from Michael Landrum to make it 1-0 to Hassenfield Terriers in the match. and it was 1-0 for them in the 38th minute of the game. In the second half, and it was actually Christian Jericho had a strike from the outside of the box, but saved by the goalkeeper there from Mark Green to keep that one out for a corner kick here for Hasenfield Terriers. There was a throw for Hasenfield Terriers in the 66th minute of the matchup, and Aaron Moy crossed it into the box, and then Abu Bakr with a header but saved. And then Hasenfield Terriers again with a 1v1 as Abu Bakr was 1v1 to the goalkeeper Green and scored in the 88th minute of the matchup to make Hasenfield Terriers lead by 2-0 here at the Kraft Arena here today, and that is more likely to be 3 points after the match. And the game ends here today at the Kraft Stadium as it was Cobham Town 0, Hasenfield Terriers 2, as Abu Bakr and Landrum makes it 2 goals for him here today to 0 in the match. And it was actually Aubameyang passed the ball there to Luis Suarez, and Suarez right there had a chance to shoot, and he did, and he actually scored as Addis Gunners made it 1-0 in the game against Grasshoppers United, all thanks to him, the Uruguayan. That was a beautiful goal there, Aubameyang right there to give Suarez a chance to score, and he did that, and he made it 1-0 to Addis Gunners in the game. And obviously Grasshoppers United of course got a foul right there from Daley Blind, and it was actually a foul in fact, as it was Addis Gunners got themselves a free kick in the game, as Carlos Tevez actually was tackled by Daley Blind. And Grasshoppers got themselves a free kick from Paul Neved, and he did that, and he was pinging to the box from Philip Anderson, and then however Ramos won the ball back. And then Suarez gave the ball there to Aubameyang and scored to make it 2-0 as Addis Gunners made it 2-0 here at the Gunner Park Stadium, all thanks to assist of course from Luis Suarez as Aubameyang found Suarez and then passed back to him 1-2 and strikes it home against Ospina to make it 2-0 to Addis Gunners. And it was actually 3-0 to Addis as Aubameyang passed the ball there to Luis Suarez, and Suarez was 1v1 to Ospina and strikes in the bottom right corner of the goal, and Addis Gunners made it 3-0 in the game here against Grasshoppers United. It was a very good goal for him, and he puts it perfectly through right there as it was 3-0 to Addis Gunners. And it was actually from Daley Blind, passed the ball there to Di Maria and striked it, but went wide for a goal kick. Grasshoppers United counter-pressed Addis Gunners' defence as Joel Kensley was very strong and kept the ball with him and had a shot and it hit the post and it went out for a goal kick. And the game ended here at the Gunner Park Stadium as it was Addis Gunners won the game by 3-0 against Grasshoppers United, and the game ended by 3-0. In the 3rd minute of the matchup, Erling Haaland was 1v1 to Ben Foster, the goalkeeper for Hashtag, and Ben Foster couldn't do nothing about it and couldn't save that one from going to the back of the net as Erling Haaland puts Parantos 1-0 up in the game. And obviously Robert Cliff passed the ball there to Devon Williams, and Devon Williams passed the ball there to Kaka, and then Kaka gave the ball to Robert Cliff and strikes it in the top right corner of the goal, and Ben Foster couldn't save that one from going in the back of the net, and it made it 2-0 to Parentos here at the Allianz Stadium. and it was actually Erling Haaland had the ball for Parantos, and then sweated it there to Devon Williams and made it 3-0 in the matchup, as Parantos was storming home this match against Hashtag, and Hashtag could not get into the game at all, as Parantos were all over them throughout the whole first half. And it was Hashtag United actually got a goal in fact, as Speed gave the ball to Pablo Di Canio, and then Jeremy Lynch had a strike in the penalty box and got a goal back for Hashtag United as a consolation goal in the 58th minute of the game. And then it was actually Parantos gave the ball there to Ronaldinho, and then Ronaldinho to Robert Cliff, and then passed to Erling Haaland and striked it in the bottom right corner of the goal, and Parantos made it 4-1 here against Hashtag United in this matchup, and that was his second goal today here at the Allianz Stadium. And the game ended here at the Allianz Stadium as it was Parantos 4, Hashtag United 1, and Parantos really dominated the whole matchup, and Haaland was on the score sheet, and so is Robert Cliff and Williams. And it was actually a nice pass there from Lucas Perez, a pass ball to Thomas Oaksil, and then gave the ball there to Perez, and then a shot from long range but went wide. That was a beautiful one, it was a beautiful one right there. And Perez passed the ball there to Oaksil, and back to Perez, had a strike but went wide. And it was actually Oaksil had the ball into the box, and then obviously gave the Pogba, and then Pogba passed the ball to Kevin De Bruyne, and De Bruyne passed the ball to Bale, and then Bale to Hazard, and shot and strike and scored as it made Goldfield Boys United get the goal in the game in the 31st minute of the matchup to make it 1-0 in the game. And it was actually Eden Hazard who done that. There was a very lot of dominance throughout that 30th minute of the matchup from De Bruyne and also from Bale and also to Hazard to finish it, as Goldfield scored to make it 1-0. And then Lucas Perez made it a goal back in the game to make it 1-1 in the matchup, and striked in the bottom left corner of the goal as Lucas Perez made it 1-1 in the match here at the Beach Camp Stadium. And it was a beautiful strike there from Perez, and it's 1-1. And Goldfield got themselves back in front in the matchup before half time as Tino Werner striked it, and he made it 2-1 for Goldfield Boys United. And that was a beautiful one there from the German Tino Werner. And the game ended the match here at the Beach Camp Stadium as it was South Coast Rangers 1, Goldfield Boys United 2 here, as the game ends by 2-1. And Alan Shearer actually trying to make it 1-0 to Los Andreas Soccer Club as Bray Hamilton passed the ball to Alan Shearer and striked it, but went wide for a goal kick. And then obviously Alan Shearer had the ball and then passed it beautifully there to Falcao. And Falcao was actually 1v1 to the goalkeeper again, but it hit the post and it was out for a goal kick. and it was actually Portsmouth United lost control of the ball as Henry Adekadu had the ball, and then Mario Mandzukic had the ball, and then Barker all the way to Mandzukic and striked it and got himself the goal, the super sub for Los Andreas Soccer Club to make it 1-0 in the 77th minute of the matchup against Portsmouth United in the game, as Los Andreas carried on pressing on throughout the whole game and finally got the breakthrough in the 77th minute of the matchup, all thanks to the super sub Mario Mandzukic. But the game ends as Los Andreas have got themselves their 3 points, their first 3 points in the league season, as it ends here by 1-0. The official results for Matchday 4 of the PremierLiga, as it ends as Alice Gunners 3, Grasshoppers United 0, Cobham Town 0, Hassenfield Terriers 2, the Georgington Red Devils 4, Los Andreas Pompey 0, Georgington City 3, Sporting Sun Lake 0, Inter Taloga 3, Red Bull Tomato 0, Los Andreas 1, Portsmouth United 0, Padres Impact 2, Iceberg Forest 0, Parantos 4, Hashtag United 1, South Coast Rangers 1, Goldfield Boys United 2, Warenord 0, Chesko Blue Tigers 1. And the league table as it all stands, as it was the Georgington Red Devils are top of the league with 12 points. In second we have his Chesko Blue Tigers with 12 points. In third we have his Addis Gunners with 10 points. And in fourth we have his Padres Impact with 9 points. In fifth we have his Georgington City with 8 points. In sixth we have his Goldfield Boys United with 7 points. In seventh we have his Parantos with 7 points. In eighth we have his Inter Taloga with 7 points. In ninth we have his Hassenfield Terriers with 7 points. And in 10th we have his South Coast Rangers with 6 points. 11th position in the table we have his Warenord with 5 points. In 12th we have his Red Bull Tomato with 5 points. In 3rd we have his Los Andreas Soccer Club with 5 points. In 14th we have his Grasshoppers United with 4 points. In 15th we have his Sporting Sun Lake with 2 points. In 16th we have his Cobham Town with 2 points. In 17th we have his Iceberg Forest with 1 point. But in the relegation playoffs we have his Los Andreas Pompey with 1 point. And in 19th we have his Portsmouth United with 1 point. And last we have his Hashtag United with 0 points. For Matchday 5 of the PremierLiga, as we know that featuring for next week we're going to have Chesko Blue Tigers versus Addis Gunners, as the Georgington Red Devils will be playing at home against Parantos. But the game highlights we're going to have is Grasshoppers United versus Inter Taloga, Red Bull Tomato versus Cobham Town, Hashtag United versus Warenord, Georgington City versus South Coast Rangers, Padres Impact versus Los Andreas Pompey, Los Andreas versus Sporting Sun Lake, and Goldfield Boys United versus Iceberg Forest, and also Hassenfield Terriers versus Portsmouth United. And that's that for all of the action here today for Matchday 4 of the PremierLiga. And that is that for myself here today, Gary Walker. And we'll see you, of course, next week with some more action for Matchday 5 of the PremierLiga. But until now, goodbye for now.